So this is jump height versus impulse. So there's a correlation between the impulse and the jump height, and this is a significant correlation. So the correlation is strong between these two um, because of the R value is so close to 1, which means the correlation is strong. It's 0.8, and this result is extremely significant because the p-value is 0.0002, which means it is very significant. So it's really reliable, and a lot of the data matches up with it, so it's a good source to use. So this shows players' height and the height that the players jumped in this graph down here. So as you can tell, the correlation is insignificant between two pieces of data. So the results were invalid because some of the shorter people jumped higher than the taller people. However, other factors that could play a role in this is the mass of the player. So even though someone is taller and you weigh more, like if you're taller, you're gonna weigh more. Whereas on the other hand, the taller you are, the more leverage and the kind of the amount of muscle mass you have. So Aaron is a lot shorter than the mean height, whereas Charlie is closer to the mean height. So this could have some impact on the results. So Charlie shows up average, whereas Aaron could fall just below because of the height situation. So Charlie could have more muscle mass in his legs because his legs are longer, and to have more leverage because his arms are longer, compared to Aaron, where Aaron might not because he's shorter. So that could mean less muscle, and it definitely means less leverage. So how could you improve this? You could improve this by plyometric training. So a lot of static, explosive power and stuff. And you would tend to do this in like sets of 5 reps. So this would be stuff from box jumps to jumping from a normal to a squat position, throwing yourself as far forward as possible. So this helps the stretch shorten cycle. So the stretch shorten cycle is an eccentric contraction followed by a concentric contraction in a quick amount of time. So on the eccentric phase, the energy in the muscle gets stored, and the muscle gets released like an elastic band, which means you jump higher. This is why the counter movement jump was the best jump for all the participators. So really, it's the stretch shorten cycle is defined as an eccentric contraction followed by immediate concentric contraction. The shortening phase, which is the concentric phase of the stretch shorten cycle, is more powerful and does more work than the shortening concentric phase of the contraction only. So improvement for Aaron would be his braking force, so putting not so transferring all the energy used from the lowering part of the jump, using the momentum instead of using the momentum, stopping it, and then going back up, because in theory that's just jumping from a squat position if you stop all of the force and then contact in a box out, just so he knows where more of the players are. So that's my 6.4 player feedback and evaluation.